Welcome back. RTD temporarily shut down the light rail station at 16th and Stout this week for a 12-week construction project. RTD plans to remove and replace the construction loading ramps at 16th and California and 18th and Stout. The 16th and Stout location will reopen October 17th during construction. Passengers may exit the train at other light rail stations, or they can ride the free mall ride. Free bus services are also provided by RTD. For more information on construction and alternative routes, they can be found under the latest news at www.rtd/denver.com.
A morgue director in Honduras says at least 5 children deported from the U.S. have been killed there since February. This report adds to the ongoing controversy about how the U.S. government should handle the border crisis. Some organizations are pushing for the treatment of the situation of a refugee crisis, while others think the children should be deported. 66,000 unaccompanied children have been apprehended by the Border Patrol in 2014. To determine each child's status in the U.S., immigration judges are currently treating each case independently.
Listen up, football fans. Now the NFL has stiffer penalties for players and personnel that commit domestic violence. The NFL gives violators a 6-game suspension for the first offense and a lifetime ban for a second offense. The new policy already is being enforced. Just as the past week, 49er Ray McDonald was arrested for domestic violence and is the first player to be punished under this new policy.
Following in the steps of Amazon and UPS, Google is now the latest company to attempt delivery by drone. A team of Google engineers and experts performed 30 test flights last month on unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, in Queensland, Australia. During the test flights, the UAVs were stocked up with goods such as chocolate bars, radios, and dog treats. This isn't the first time Google has attempted drone technology, as they purchased Titan Aerospace, a drone company. For $60 million in April, Google hopes to eventually use the vehicles to deliver medicine and help the environment.
Now to more devastating news. Powerful words from the Islamic State as another American reporter is beheaded. Stephen Sotloff was murdered on camera earlier this week, just days after journalist James Foley. Sotloff initially moved to Syria to report on Muslims struggling under the hand of tyranny. The mass murderer called out to President Obama, stating, quote, "Just as the American missiles continue to strike the Islamic State, their knives will continue to strike the necks of the American people," end quote. Obama has since pledged to punish ISIS for this act.
We know they're a threat. We know they're brutal. We know that they are, as I've said, as others have said, something that we've never seen before. They're better organized. They're better funded. They have more capability. They're better structured. There's a dangerous, dangerous ideology of a brutality, barbaric nature that we've not seen before.
Better check your fridge. Kraft Foods issued a recall on their American Singles cheese slices due to the manufacturer not storing them at the appropriate temperature. This could cause premature spoilage and even foodborne illnesses. Kraft is voluntarily recalling 7,000 packages of American cheese slices. So far, Kraft has not received any complaints from consumers. For more information, call Kraft Foods Consumer Relations at 1-800-396-5512.
The top 70 professional golfers from around the world are in Colorado for the 2014 BMW Championship at Cherry Hills Country Club. Big names in golf including Ricky Fowler, Rory McIlroy, Bubba Watson, and the young up-and-upcoming Jordan Spieth are currently competing in this year's tournament. Only the top 30-point leaders from the 70 will qualify to advance into the final, scheduled to be held in Atlanta.
A pledge made by CVS back in February has been fulfilled earlier than anticipated. As of Tuesday this week, all 7,700 CVS locations nationwide have stopped selling tobacco products in an effort to rebrand as healthcare destinations. CVS, who promised to stop selling these products by October of this year, has even changed its corporate name to CVS Health. The CEO said the company expects to lose about $2 billion in revenue annually, but believes that they can counter that loss through growth the company may gain from healthcare.
Calling all beer lovers, Bud Light is transforming the town of Crescent Butte into whatever, Colorado, this weekend. This is part of the Bud Light's new marketing campaign, Up for Whatever. Bud Light is expecting around 1,000 people for this event, and the town's council voted unanimously to allow the event to take place in exchange for $500,000 from the beer giant. The event begins today and goes through Sunday.
Wes Welker will miss the first 4 games, but not because of a concussion. After violating the league's performance enhancement policy, the NFL issued the Broncos slot receiver a 4-game suspension after he tested positive for Adderall. Adderall is allowed for NFL players to consume, but it has to be cleared by the league. Welker did not have clearance, and therefore he ultimately violated that policy. He will be eligible to return to the game on Sunday, October 12th against the New York Jets.
Well, Matt Prater, Wes Welker, gone. We'll be fine. I know it.
I think right now it's just to keep a positive attitude. We'll see how the next game is going to go, but I think it's just keeping a positive attitude, keeping up about it, and Denver should be fine.
And that's not a problem for Peyton Manning, right?
Oh, no, not for him. Yeah.
Well, here's Jhocelyn Avendano for a closer look into your weekend forecast.
Thanks, guys. And for Sunday, it looks like the Broncos game will be excellent weather. But now if we take a look for Saturday, however, we have a chance of a few thunderstorms building over the mountains. And that's why, but over here in the metro area, there'll be less possibilities. As I said, it was only going to focus in the mountains. Denver will have a high of 73 with a low of 53. Over here in DIA, we'll have a high of 74 with a low of 53, excuse me. And in Lamar, the sunniest part of the state will only come in at 73 degrees, excuse me, with a low of 53. And for Sunday, we can see that there was a high pressure system that moved up from Montana, and that's why our temperatures will increase a little bit. As we can see, Denver will have a high of 82 with a low of 57, and Boulder a high of 80 with a low of 54. And along the I-25 corridor, Colorado Springs will be the coolest part of the state with a high of 77 and a low of 52. And over here in Alamosa will be much cooler, and that's where we'll have more chances of thunderstorms because even though there's a high pressure system coming from Montana, there will be a cold front that will be moving through the south part of the state with only a high of 75 and a low of 54. And looking at our national map, we can see here that there's the cold front that I was talking about. It's going to affect the whole country, so it's going to be a pretty wet Saturday for most of the country in parts like Nebraska, Texas, and the eastern part. And there's the high pressure system I was mentioning, and it's going to slowly make its way by Sunday. If we take a look for Sunday, the high pressure system has made its way through Colorado, and that's why temperatures will increase. And that cold front that was right there has weakened, and so it's only going to affect parts of the East Coast. For our 5-day forecast, however, the sun returns to Colorado. Monday we'll have a high of 85. That's going to be the hottest day of the week. Tuesday we'll have a high of 83 with sunny skies. Wednesday also sunny skies with a high of 78. And Thursday we'll have the chances of more thunderstorms as we only have a high of 71. And by Friday we'll cool down a little bit more with a high of 70. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to this cooler weather coming up this week.
So am I.
You see, I come from the land of California, and I like really, really hot weather, so I don't know about you, Jen.
Yeah, fall must be a really hard season for you then.
Sure is.
Well, born and raised in Colorado, love everything about it, especially pumpkin spice. Yeah. Only available fall season.
Yes, and bring on the boots too.
Yeah. Well, coming up after the break, Jessica Escalante join us with EMET.